Some of the most important leadership lessons don't come from experience or expertise. They come from learning to see differently. Sometimes they come from quiet moments, from backseats, from the people that are paying the most attention to us when we barely even know they're there. Today's episode is a little different. I'm not interviewing a leadership expert, not an author or a CEO. I'm talking to my 10-year-old stepson. After the storm on the mountain, I started asking different questions, not just about leadership and about faith, but about legacy, about what my kids are learning by watching how I handle stress, failure, pressure, and uncertainty. Today isn't about perfect answers. It's about listening. So I want you to hear the climb through a child's eyes. Hey, buddy. Thanks for doing this. You ready?
Yes.
Great. Can you tell everyone out there your name and how old you are?
I'm Reese, and I'm Bart's stepson, and I'm 10 years old.
And an important question to start with. What's the best snack of all time?
I think it's Doritos.
Good answer. I think the audience out there would agree with you for the most part. All right. Mountains or oceans, and why?
I think mountains because mountains are high, and I like being high, and I don't really like the deep and dark ocean.
Well, you heard me talk about climbing a mountain. What do you think climbing a mountain would actually be like?
I think it would be like harsh and stressful and being away from your family is kind of hard.
You're true. Do you think it would be fun, scary, or both?
I think it would be both because being away from your family is kind of scary, but also climbing a mountain might be a little bit fun.
And what do you think would be the single hardest part about climbing a mountain, Reese?
I think the hardest part would be being away from your family. And like, if you're with your family, it would be protecting your family. And if you're strangers, including your leader is also a stranger.
And when you hear the word storm, what do you think of?
I think of like a storm as like weather, rain, and like strong winds and hurricanes, tornadoes. Really like the destructive parts.
And besides, the rain and those types of storms, what do you think a storm could mean in our everyday life?
Maybe like conflict or a problem, maybe.
Yeah.
In your life. Really hard that you have to get through.
And have you ever had something that felt really hard like that you had to get through?
Playing video games against you guys is pretty hard. Maybe like also school.
Yeah, what kinds of things at school, buddy?
Thinking like forgetting your homework, also getting bullied, and people trash talk a lot.
A lot to deal with. Can I ask you something important?
Yeah, sure.
What do you notice about me when I'm stressed or tired?
You always have a way to like figure it out and talk to the person that you're handling with the stress.
And what do you think I do really well when things get hard?
Talking back to the person that made you mad or being able to calm yourself down.
What do you think I could do better?
I think it would be playing with us more.
Yeah? You like when I play with you?
Yeah. I really like it, actually.
Do you remember me saying pole pole?
I remember you saying pole pole. And I think I know what it means. I think it means slowly, slowly.
That actually is the literal translation from Swahili to English, so it does. And when do you think it's important to slow down, Reese?
I think because, like, if you're mad, then you need to get calmed down, so then you have to really talk it out. That's when you go slowly, slowly.
What do you think makes someone a good leader?
I think it's when, like, you can actually talk to the people that you're with and, like, your teammates and make it easier for them to share ideas with and not be mean to the other people.
And if you, Reese, were in charge, you're in school right now, so if you were in charge for a day, say the principal of school or a teacher, what rules would you make or change?
I think it would be probably more recess time and more lunch time so then I can have more time with my friends.
And would you rather be a leader or just be yourself?
I think I would be a leader because being a leader is you get accomplished and for what you did or what you already done. And it will set an example for the people that are coming from the next generation.
For you, when things feel scary or hard, what helps you?
I think it would be my parents right at being next to me and keeping view.
And where do you think God is when people are afraid, Reese?
I think he's always right next to them, but also when everything is good.
Is there anything else you think the adults listening to the podcast should know?
I think it would be like being hard for being a kid and having to listen a lot and spending most of your time at school is pretty hard because you're being away from your family. And yeah, I really want to have more time here.
Well, if you were naming this episode, what would you call it, Reese? Anything out there at all?
The Storm of the Summit.
Very close to the title of my book, Reese. Thank you for talking with me. I do appreciate it. You can go on and I'll finish the podcast now. Thanks, buddy. So, sitting there listening to my stepson, I was reminded of something simple yet humbling. My kids don't care about titles. They don't care about our achievements or, mine don't care about how busy I am. They care about my presence. They're learning how to climb life, not from what I say, but from how I show up when things get hard. Did you hear him mention I should play with them more? It's presence that children are seeking. The mountain taught me about leadership. My stepson reminded me why it matters. He sees the climb without ego, without performance, without titles, just effort, just honesty, just showing up one step at a time. And maybe that's what Pulley Pulley has been trying to teach me all along. Slowly, intentionally, humbly. Leadership isn't just what we build. It's what we model, especially for the people watching us most closely. Thank you for listening to Summit After the Storm, and keep climbing. Pulley Pulley.